American philosopher Thoreau said, "Most men lead lives of quiet desperation." And the truth is, whether you're a young person or someone older, mental health can sometimes feel like a losing battle. A battle that's just not worth fighting. You're in this world, nothing seems to be getting better, and you just can't wait to run away. Maybe we have commitments we feel we can't meet. If you're a young person, this might be friends that you've fallen out with, or exams you feel unprepared for and it feels like the end of the world. And as an adult, perhaps it's bills you've fallen behind with, a relationship on the edge, and again it feels like the end of the world. So we just get on with it because it looks like everyone's doing the same thing, everyone's in the same boat, and so every day you turn up to school or you turn up to work, you smile, you get on with things, quietly no less, and you put on a brave face. Even more so if you're a boy who's been told all his life that, boys don't cry, or don't act like a girl, or grow up, or be a man. So what can we do to help us when we do feel really rubbish? How can we build better habits that set us on a path so that we don't lead this life of quiet desperation, suffering in silence? First, take risks. Nothing reckless. Just step out of your comfort zone. Try things. Experiment. Explore different hobbies, careers, projects that you've never considered before. I desperately wish that someone had compelled me to do the same when I was younger. Because as I've learned from experience, you end up trying something and maybe falling in love with something you never could have imagined. And then that thing connects you with others and the world around you, and sometimes opens up doors into a world you would never have believed possible for you. And these experiences might just give us the confidence to pursue something bigger later on and give us a greater purpose. Because purpose, that's the key thing here. I've never liked this idea of pursuing things that make you happy. Because, so happiness is fleeting. It comes and goes, and we have good days and we have bad days. And if you make happiness your purpose, it may be that the bad days make you resentful and leave you wondering why you ever pursued a particular course of action at all. And whether it's a job interview or a qualification or school grades, certainly don't make these your purpose. You may have felt like a failure your entire life without a qualification to your name, and still make something of your extremely valuable life. And many times these things that we build up in our minds are just the means to an end anyway. There to help us get to where we want to be. They're not the end goal, they're not the end game. For example, if your car breaks down, it doesn't mean that you'll never get to your destination. It just means that, you need to have a bit of a rethink, a reset until you can get going again. So get involved with things that feel meaningful to you and, helpful to your wider community. Second, choose your friends wisely. Surround yourselves with people who will support you on your journey. Sometimes, and especially as a man, we can use language that forces those close to us to become cut off, in the name of banter. And we end up perpetuating the same toxicity we seek to extinguish. We become both perpetrators and victim of demolishing the networks of support needed to enable us to thrive. So normalize checking in with each other. Normalize letting a selected few know how you feel, even if you're not able to express yourself properly. And third, reflect. Be alone with your thoughts. Ask, what happened today? What does it mean for the bigger picture in my life? And then adjust, learn. These 5 minutes at the end of each day should be a staple, compulsory, non-negotiable feature in all of our lives. If we don't take a moment to realize that we might be stuck in the mud, how will we ever take steps to lift our feet and find solid ground again? And finally, just keep moving. That's how a river stays clean. The second we're stagnant, it's a breeding ground for pessimism and unproductivity. Get out there, get walking, do some exercise, whatever, just keep moving. Look, I don't know the science, but I know that a walk, a game of football, a bike ride, it helps. Your brain releases feel-good chemicals and you get time to just think, breathe, and again reset. and do it with a mate, do it with a friend, and you've just ticked 2 boxes at once. If a line spoke to you tonight, hold on to it, let it marinate, and let me know in the comments. Thank you for listening.